What is going on, you guys? Today's video is going to be showing you guys what the water block looked like of the 1080 Ti that I had left in the rig for 2 years. So as you guys remember in the last video, I was showing you guys my rig, what the new plans are, and I was originally going to tear down this block here, but I have another video and another idea I want to run by. But this is the GTX. This is actually the Titan water block. I know I have a 1080 Ti, but at the time when the 1080 Ti first came out, they did not have any water blocks available. And I heard that the Titan X Pascal blocks fit the 1080 Ti. So obviously I wanted to rush into water cooling, so I got the Titan block. This one is the original Titan X Pascal, so I believe everyone called it the Titan X Big P, Titan XP, because this still has the cutout for the DVI port. And I believe the 2017 Titan X Pascal, little p, they got rid of that part, so this is the original Pascal Titan block. But I did want to show you guys, if you could see that at all. There's really no. It's still a little greasy. You know, some thermal pads are a little greasy. I am very impressed by it because I thought when I pulled this apart, it would be dried out and it'd be crusty. And I believe only one or two of these pads for the VRAM actually dried out. It's actually not completely dried out. I don't know if I can get that to focus. There you go. So as you can tell, so when I was peeling it off of the 1080 Ti, this piece actually stuck to it. So I don't know if it got too hot, but there was a couple like that. So I'm gonna have to replace the thermal pads anyway. But I just wanted to show that to you. So after 2 years, like I said, I didn't maintain it. It literally sat in my rig, used it, and didn't even bother with it. So I'm very impressed that it didn't dry out. And to show you how well so I have the MX4 thermal paste originally on here. And this is two years. So as soon as the 1080 Ti's came out, I blocked it. So I wiped it a little bit here. And then I wanted to show you guys, you know, how well the thermal paste is from the MX4 series. See how none of it's dried out? It's not dried out, it's not caked on there. So I'm very impressed after 2 years of use. It hasn't dried out. It performed well. I never had any overheating issues. And I think it's the same paste on the motherboard one, so we'll have to take a look at that. It is MX4, but I believe it's been on there longer, so I'm interested to see what the CPU looks like after I tear it all apart, because it's a 5930K. I overclocked it to 4.5, and that's been sitting there for 3 years, and I'm kind of curious to see what the paste looks like on there. But we'll get to it when we start to tear down the loop. So originally what I was going to do was tear down the block. So you can see some buildup on here. Let's see, get that to focus. So, I was worried that maybe erosion started to happen. And like I said, it's been running for 2 years. No maintenance. And that's actually just normal buildup. I'm guessing from the die. But I bet you I could take that apart and all that gunk would wipe right off. So I wanted to show you guys what the block looked like after 2 years. So if you were interested, that's what it looked like. Still a little bit of fluid in there. No erosion that is critical to the sealing of the water block. So I'm very impressed of the Mayhem's concentrate. So this is the second bottle. I'm not sure if this bottle's still good because I bought two thinking that I needed 2 bottles to fill up my entire loop. So this has been sitting for 3 years now. This is only rated for 1 year, but I used it for 3. Here, so here's some of the coolant that's left from the drain when I drained it. As you can tell, there's no discoloration, didn't fall out. It's just as red as it was 3 years ago when I first built the loop with the 1080s. And you can see even in here, there's no fallout of any type, because this isn't like a one of those. This isn't one of those pastel fluids. This is literally just the concentrate, which I highly recommend. Mayhems, they usually know what they're doing. So originally I was going to tear this apart, and I was going to do that with the rest of the system. But I wanted to see what... Sorry, had to do a voiceover. The audio on here is needing to be corrected, but I will do as best as I can to correct what I said in this part of the video. Basically what I was trying to say is that I'm hoping the Blitz Basic Kit Part 2 can flush out the system without having to tear apart the entire rig. Basically, I wanted to run the Blitz Basic through the loop to clean out the radiators, the reservoirs on top of those water block, trying to get it all done at once. I was just curious to see if it will get all the residue out or if I'm going to have to pull apart everything anyway, which I eventually do. So in the next video, you'll see that I did take apart the entire system. In this video is just mainly to show you guys what the water block looked like before I tore apart the whole system, unscrewed everything, wiped it all down. But that's all basically what I was saying in this clip. I know it's going to be a little shorter than it was, but there's really not much more to explore in this video. So I hope you guys enjoyed this clip. I know it's short, but I will catch you guys in the next one where I do the final cleaning and tear apart the entire system.